light the beam, because it's time for Nerdy for 30, podcast where we talk about nerdy-ish movies for 30-ish minutes. My name is Kevin Bauer, a.k.a. the Critics' Choice. With me, as always, the People's Champ, Tim Cack.
If you feel it, chase it, baby.
If you feel it, chase it. And with us, I think our first guest this entire year, you know her, you love her, it's our pal, BABE FINLEY.
Hey.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us, babe.
Thank you.
Oh, it's good to have you. And we knew that we needed to bring you back for this one because today we're talking about Scream 3. And we remember from our first Scream discussion, which is somehow insanely 2 years ago, that Scream 3 is your favorite of the entire franchise. Do you want to kick it off? What holds your attention so much with Scream 3?
To be the most concise, Parker Posey.
I knew it.
Yes. It all brought it back to me in this rewatch. And I'm so glad that you guys didn't make me watch Scream 2, which is fine. But I've never went back beyond the 2 times I've watched it. I always watch the third one and the first one for sure.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Scream 1 is the one that I go back to the most.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I do feel like Scream 2 is the one that calls to me the most after the first one.
Mm-hmm.
But what's wild is we had listeners, you can go check that one out. We had Laura Oberbach on for that one last year. That was her favorite of the Scream franchise.
Oh
so I
my
do love what we're locking into here, where we have people
Okay.
talking about their favorite Screams.
I definitely feel like Scream 3 to me is the funniest, the most blatantly just jokey. I mean, Carrie Fisher's cameo itself is hysterical, and rest in peace to her. I love I love just the tone of Scream 3 and how even though it couldn't get any more jokey and fun, I think, but I love the way they handled the third one. And also, the first one, it was the big introduction, and the third one, it feels like it's going back to that, as Jamie Kennedy explains in his little video or whatever he records.
Yeah, his posthumous VHS.
Yes.
VHS. And it's well, this is his sister, obviously. And I'm I don't know if this is the same energy.
It's from Princess Diaries.
Oh, yeah.
She's got carte blanche in my book. If you're in the Princess Diaries, you can just come back anytime. Where's movie you pick.
I hate her performance, and I also hate I hate what's her Emily something or whatever. She's Bird Bones. Yes. I hate her performance as well, actually, in this movie. But it still holds up as my favorite.
I don't know how many of these people were stars at the time. Emily Mortimer, it seems has definitely gotten bigger since this. But rewatching this movie, it really felt like Scream had gotten to the point of popularity where everyone wanted to be a part of it. This is a star-studded cast. This cast is stacked. Patrick Warburton is just in this. It's a security guard with 3 lines, one of the best voices of all time. And he's just hanging out, gets killed. I'm this is so good. It's so stacked. They're so fun. It's just cool to see everybody. And yeah, the Carrie Fisher bit, it's just that just seems like what you do when you've become such a pop, a mainstream pop culture item that just everyone wants to be a part of it. Everyone just wants to, I'll do a little cameo. I'll play myself in this thing. That's fine.
And she nailed it. Mm-hmm.
And she crushed. She's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome.
She's I tried to go out for that, but then whoever got to the party is whoever decided to sleep with George Lucas. It's great, Carrie. Love this.
Oh, so good. It's awesome. Both those cameos are great. I mean, Patrick Warburton too, so all 3. And Parker Posey obviously has aged phenomenally. This is a shitty note to give, but my biggest thing that I felt when I was watching it is it would be so much fun if all of the people who were playing them in the Stab adaptation were Parker Posey caliber famous now. Obviously would be great if we were able to just pick who's going to have that level of stardom. But if oh god, I forget. I looked up the actor's name, but
Tyson Fox.
Is it Tyson Fox?
Dion Richmond is the guy. I remembered him from the Chris Evans parody one where it's not another teen movie.
Oh yeah,
right.
He was funny in that. He was someone I was oh okay. I recognize Jenny McCarthy. I forget who the other person was. He seemed familiar, but not really.
No.
And then Patrick Dempsey for me.
Love
I'll be
him.
honest, I forgot who the killer was in this. And as soon as I saw Parker Posey, I forget what order they appear in, but I saw Parker Posey and I was like, oh, she's definitely the bad guy in this. And then I was like, oh, wait, no, that's not right. And then Patrick Dempsey shows up and I'm like, oh, he is 100% the bad guy in this. And then they were teasing it so hard. I was like, no, it's got to be some other person. And I was trying to remember how 2 ends. I was like, is there one killer in this? Is there 2 killers in this? I don't know. And then it ends up being the guy who's been directing all these movies, I guess. And it turns out he's the real person who was filming, I guess, sex tapes with Sidney Prescott's mom and is also her half brother. And it's just so ridiculous and crazy that I think in the past, like when I think like first watching it, I definitely felt like a little like, okay, whatever, a little groanable. But on the rewatch, it just feels a lot like a Scream movie, and it feels like a celebration kind of Scream as a franchise.
Yeah. It does kind of feel like they maybe wanted to close the loop on this as a trilogy. I guess back then, like, this came out in 2000. So like back then, to even have a trilogy, people were like, oh my God, look what we've done. This is phenomenal. And they probably could never have fathomed that we'd be awaiting Scream 7 next year. But like, it's interesting. I think there's a line in the movie where it's like, your trilogy ends here, Sid. And
they're going hard on like this being the last one. It definitely has the energy of like, this is final. This is a thing tying on. At the end of the movie, she's like physically and metaphorically leaving the door open. She like throws the gates wide open and walks through with a dog. It's like so corny and on the nose. It feels very much like, finally, I'm free. I'm not going to be in 8 more movies like this.
Little did she know.
What do y'all think of the opening to this? Because the previous 2, this definitely feels like the weakest opening scene compared to the first 2. The first one being Drew Barrymore and the second one being the movie theater scene, right? With Omar Epps.
Right.
And what's her face? Jada Pinkett. And that one I thought was also awesome. And this one is fine, but it is a little crazy to see Con Weary killed off, I guess. I kind of thought he would play a bigger character, and also like Liev Schreiber is like a big name. I think he's gotten bigger since then. So I'm kind of like, oh, I expect him to be a bigger part of this. And they rip him off. My one thought too, while he was attacked by Ghostface, is like, oh, Liev Schreiber should be able to beat up Ghostface.
Yeah.
I did that where they're like grappling around, and I'm like, oh, Con Weary should be beating Ghostface's ass right now. There's no way the fight is this one. I know he has a knife, but he knocked a dresser on him. And it's like Con Weary he was like in prison for a while. You don't just like, turn your back on someone in prison, I imagine. You throw a dresser on someone in prison, you're double tapping to make sure they're not getting up, You're opening the drawers, you're stuffing more clothes in. You're adding as much weight as you can onto that. Trying to hold that guy down. I don't know. What do you guys think of the opening?
I forgot about it too, actually. It's like, as much as this one was my favorite, I was like, oh yeah, this is how he gets killed. Is he very prominent in the second one? Does he have I feel like I liked him a lot. And I was like, well, why did I like him? Because he's not really in the first one. So it must have been the second that he had a bigger performance.
He was released at the end of the first one. And then the second one, he was trying to make amends with Sydney. And he was in the mix at the end of the movie.
Yeah, okay.
And was kind of posed as like, maybe it actually is him getting revenge. And then it wasn't. And then I guess in between, 100% Cotton. If I'm coming up with radio shows, I don't know where 100% Cotton ranks on the... And at first I thought it was like a drive time thing. And it's like, no, this looks like a Jerry Springer type show. Like, I don't even know what like niche this fills. Like, who is listening to 100% Cotton?
Apparently everybody. It feels like this man had the first podcast.
Yeah.
I would be listening.
And his first episode is like, oh, crazy drivers. LA traffic, with like drivers versus victims on the road. Like, they're coming face to face. And it's like, this is such a banal topic. I guess it's tongue in cheek because he is swerving all over the road to get out of there. But it was just such a Jerry Springer, I don't think, had an episode on like bad traffic, right? Just
That's his loss, man.
seemed off to me. Yeah.
He's speaking to something Angelinos need.
Yeah. Babe, what'd you think of Gail Weathers in this? Are you a fan? Are you pro? And most importantly, what do you think of her haircut?
Well, it definitely, well, that was, the backstory on that is that David Arquette, like they were together and he was the one that convinced her to get that haircut.
Are you shitting me?
Like to be like Betty Page, I think, reference. Yes. He's the one that convinced her to do that for the movie. It wasn't directed by anybody else. So, but I love her, and I loved her and Parker together. They're just Courtney Cox. I mean, I get it. Friends is like, she's hilarious in that movie or that show, but I love her performance in this one. And I think I wasn't totally sold on her and Dewey getting back together on this rewatch. It's like, you guys can just love each other, especially when later on they break up. So it's like, you didn't have to do all that. And she's like, you hate this book. It's like, yeah. So what are we doing here? Like, you're kind of disrespectful to her whole career. That's way bigger and more successful than yours. I don't like what they do to him.
How excited would you be to marry someone whose proposal was, we both know this isn't going to work? But what if
with
we're
the
wrong?
Mustache. Oh, yes.
Yeah, with the mustache.
No, I wasn't sold on it. But I love her performance, and I love her and Parker going to see Carrie Fisher. That's probably, I could just rewatch that scene over and over again. And I just love them fighting throughout the whole time.
They're so good together. And then I think when they're confronting like the CEO or like the producer in his office, and she's getting like overexcited. She's like investigating all this stuff, and she's like, calm down, all right? It's like, it's so, their chemistry together is so good. Gosh.
It does. It feels like a classic Hollywood setup. There have been a lot of great Hollywood movies in the past couple of years, and this feels exactly like it could have been cut from the same cloth as those, of having somebody who's playing a real person alongside that real person. That's just always going to be a great scene, no matter where you put them. Just a blast. When she's giving notes to Courtney Cox in the car, she's like, here's what my Gail Weathers would have done.
It's so good. What'd you think of she's giving a speech at the beginning of the movie about stabbing anyone in the back that she needs to, and a student stands up and says, yeah, but was it worth it though? And I was like, did she become the chairman of Exxon Mobil like in between movies? What is she doing? What was this all? Because it sounds like the only betrayal is like she like left Dewey. And it doesn't seem like I feel like that's the only thing that's happened. And yet, I don't know if that evokes, I don't know if a speaker at your school getting separated from their partner is enough to warrant me standing up like at the end of a speech and being like, yeah, but was it worth it though? For you divorcing the worst cop in the world?
Hold on, let me stop you right there. This is David Arquette talking about. Everyone in the 90s was going out of their way to defend this man.
Constantly defending him. You got it. If you're a fan, it is a defensive battle. You were playing defense all day. You got your hands up, you're boxing out. You were constantly on defense if you're defending David Arquette. Babe, I feel like you have a low opinion of Dewey. And
well,
upon rewatch, I feel like Dewey is just kind of useless. He's kind of funny. He's funny in the first one, and he has funny moments. And we talked about like, his boss smoking a cigarette outside while he's looking at ice cream, and that stuff's cute and fun. But it seems like the rest of the movie, he's just kind of like hobbling after people and not doing anything well.
Still. And that's why I do like the later ones, because they kind of make him more important and like helpful, I guess.
Yes.
But
he's better in the new ones.
Yes, he's terrible in this one. And the Courtney Cox thing, it just shows like that time period of like how like demonized she was because she was a true crime reporter.
Yeah.
Like that's like, it's so crazy how they treated her like she was so evil, and it's like every single channel now. And it's like, you're looking down on this woman that you just proposed to. It's 2000s coded for sure.
No, it's crazy. Especially like granted, she's true crime reporter. I know like Inside Edition was really demonized at the time, while also being super popular. The thing about Gale Weathers, though, is that her entire perspective in the first movie was that Cotton Weary is innocent. And she was right. Like, she was trying to get an innocent man off death row. And yet still people are like, how dare you, Gale Weathers?
You're right. She saved his life. She saved a man's life.
Who cares?
She gave the
She
world
was also
100%
a victim in these stabbings.
Yeah, that's the other thing. She is also...
She's a hero.
That's such a good point. She's involved in what's going on. She's not reporting for the outside anymore. She got in the mix. Oh, that's crazy.
It's Gale Weathers, Captain Sully Sullenberger, Babe Ruth, and then everybody else.
Yeah. The guy
American
from
heroes.
The guy from the like, I am the captain now. Captain Phillips was that?
Yeah,
just
Captain Phillips.
Multiple Tom Hanks characters.
Yeah, pretty much everyone Tom Hanks has played is one of America's treasures.
Crazy. What a fucking time. I do want to point out too, I was blown away. I did not remember at all the Jay and Silent Bob cameo in this.
I loved it.
Oh yeah.
Pretty wild.
Yeah.
Somebody pointed out online that apparently there's I think it's a Clerks VHS box on top of the TV in the original Scream, which means that for these to exist canonically in the same universe, Clerks has to have been a documentary, which is pretty fun. I do like that.
There's a Parker Posey moment where they're like, she's like freaking out and all these people are coming after her, and then they leave her and the camera lingers and she just goes up to the security guy, throws her arms around his neck and just leaps into his arms. And I'm like, that's so funny. That's so funny. Like Scream, I think the modern take on Scream and like the newer movies is to take them a lot more seriously and just kind of ground it. And I think that does help Dewey a lot, treating him like a real human being and like not a complete idiot. But there is like a slapsticky charm to these movies that is still present and super fun. There's a moment where there's a reporter standing outside the lot and you're just like walking through the scene. And this reporter is going, security's pretty tight, but we're going to try to get in. Turns around, takes one step right into the face of a security guard who goes, you can't come in here. And that's so funny. That is hilarious. We're going to try to get in here. And the security guard heard him say, security is tight. We're going to try to get in here. It's so fun. There was, this is the other one with Cotton at the beginning, because they're doing the thing where, the Ghostface is pretending to be Cotton. So now his girlfriend's confused. The girlfriend, by the way, he was just trying to cheat on her with while he was in the limo. He rushes home and she is mad at him and she's facing him and she has her back to the doorway and Ghostface is creeping up and he goes, behind you. And she gets stabbed. And then, he says behind you. And then she says, where, or something like that. It leads up to him saying, behind you. But he says it like not with like, oh, behind you. It's like behind you. He says it like you overthrew a ball and they're like, where'd it go? And like, oh, behind you. It's like he's behind. He's like, it's like, turn around. And then on the ground, he's like, oh, behind you. And I just thought that this delivery for that was so funny. And there's just so many weird little like acting moments where it just feels like it's just so goofy.
I am I'm glad you said that, Tim, because I did think it was funny they included Patrick Warburton in here in a movie where the voice change is so important and anybody can be a suspect, because Patrick Warburton, his delivery, it doesn't matter what you change the voice to, he's always still going to be Patrick Warburton. So like you can get anybody else, you can get a hello, Sydney, but with him, it's going to be like, oh, hey, Sydney, just gonna, try to get past you there. Gonna come down there and kill you. So
he was literally making fun of Dewey like as he was taking his last breath. He's like, Dewdrop.
It's a constant defense of David Arquette. Like everyone hates Dewey. Everybody hates Dewey except for Gale Weathers. She is, and everyone else, I guess. Sidney Prescott loves him. All the people if you're from the town or you've been to their town, you love Dewey. Everyone else is like, you're insane. What are we doing with you? You're trying to tell me what to do. This guy's like, I'm guarded Beyonce or whatever. And you're going to come here, give me orders? No. Patrick Warburton. You know how deep my voice is? I'm telling you what to do.
When David Arquette makes the decision to save Courtney Arquette instead of Parker Posey, and then Parker Posey comes and screams at him, it's the best delivery. Where were you? And she's like screaming. Like, yeah, he's a piece of shit. That's your boyfriend who you house, and he still did not try to save you.
Who you house? She is.
And they are dating, right?
Yes.
Like that is the vibe, or it's like,
oh, 100%.
It's just weird. The relationship's so weird. I think it just has a trailer in the corner of her property. It's so weird. Like even when they're dating, and she's like, "No, you can't stay here, though. Get your trailer. I've got a dirt patch in the front with its own gate. You live back there."
Loser behavior.
It's loser behavior. Yeah. Oh, if one of your friends brought home Dewey, you'd be like, "Throw him back."
No.
Catch and release.
Back. He's a scrub.
He is a scrub.
Too small to keep.
There's something that's comforting about him.
There's another moment where he's at the top of the stairs and he doesn't believe that Gale Weathers is calling him. He's like, "Prove you're Gale Weathers." And I was like, I'm kind of waiting for like a cute moment of her saying like, you're an idiot. And then him being like, "Oh, okay." Ghostface is at the bottom of the stairs and he's holding the knife. And then he actually like pauses and then decides he's going to throw the knife, and it flips perfectly through the air and it bonks Dewey in the face with the handle. And he just goes down. It's like the guy can't catch a break. He's constantly getting beat up. And it seems like a knife can't even stab him. He's just that it feels like he got hit in the face with the handle instead of the blade. And I'm still like, that's Dewey's fault. Like Dewey blew it here.
Can't even die right, dude.
Dewey wrecked the knife throw for some reason.
What makes sense, it's kind of crazy he never got revealed to be one of the Scream killers, because all the ghost faces, they're so clumsy. And he's maybe the one person who could explain how clumsy all of the ghost faces have been over the years. Like, this man he's goofy, like from Mickey Mouse stuff. Like he's goofy. Does Goofy have a last name?
I don't know.
Goofy? Goo? Well, yeah,
Matt says that all the time, right? That's his bit.
Goofy, goo. Goofy, goo.
He's just Goofy snacks.
Yeah,
solves mysteries with Mickey and the gang.
Yeah. That the Goofy Goof, I'm not gonna lie to you, that completely threw off my train of thought. That's all I'm
I do think there is a little bit of a difference though, and I think maybe we talked about this on our Scream 2 pod a little bit, is that in the first movie it feels like, because the reveal is that it's like dumb high school kids. So then you're like looking at Ghostface and you're like, oh, he's acting like a dumb high school kid. And then in the second one, it kind of maintains that behavior. And now in this movie, it feels like Ghostface is his own entity. And it's like Ghostface kind of functions is his own character. And then they reveal it. And now it's somebody else. But eventually somebody is Ghostface, who is like Dracula and just exists. And then they're like, actually, it's not Dracula. It's Robert Pattinson, playing this thing. You know what I'm saying?
It's because I think it's, yeah.
Like Ghostface. I feel like the bad guy in the movie is Ghostface. Ghostface is Michael Myers until halfway through they pull off the mask and now it's like Kyle from accounting, or in this case, Roman Bridger.
Sure. So you're saying you don't necessarily see like the behavior of the Ghostface in the movie as necessarily indicative of who's going to be revealed to be Ghostface until that reveal happens.
Right. It seems like, especially like later on in movies, like the people playing Ghostface, they're trying to come up with more like surprises and things. And it seems like, Ghostface kind of functions as his own entity as a villain, and kind of regardless of who is underneath it. Ghostface kind of acts the same in every movie, regardless of who's underneath the mask.
And they give him that because, like, it feels more like that too when the voice changer having all these different voices.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like, okay, yeah, this is a next level. Who is this that you cannot tell literally who it is at? And it's like they try to make you think it's Emily Mortimer. And it's like,
Right.
what? This is terrible. But like when she has the mask and the phone and stuff, it's like, oh well, I guess I don't know. Like they
Right,
really
but it
try to
could
throw you
be
off. Yeah.
because Ghostface is this other thing.
Mhm.
Like, wasn't in the
Yeah.
second one, isn't it like the mom or something?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
Laurie
And-
Metcalf.
Right, but she doesn't act like that, like the way Ghostface does. She doesn't move like Ghostface.
Right.
But when she has the mask on, she does because it's Ghostface.
So maybe
feels
there's
like
something
Ghostface-
about the mask that makes
Yeah.
you able to beat Liev Schreiber in a fight.
Yeah,
like,
but
if-
also you're
if-
going to fall
that's the
down a
thing.
lot. You're going to
Oh,
get
yeah.
shot multiple times and be okay. Like Ghostface as a character cannot be killed. Will always sneak up behind you. Will stab you. Can change its voice. It will just kind of, come out of a closet for no reason. Ghostface has all these magical powers that then in the end of the movie, they like Scooby-Doo the mask. And you're like, oh, it was actually, like, hypothetically, it could have been Emily Mortimer this whole time. It could have been this frail little lady. And that was okay because Ghostface is a different thing. But then as soon as they take the mask off, now instead of Ghostface, they're fighting the person. And now that person has the limitations that their person would have normally.
I like the way at the end too, which is so cheesy and it's probably not that great of a moment, but I like that she still, even after he's dead, or well, he comes back. So yeah, he's still like the superhuman or whatever. But when she like kind of has that moment to grab his hand, I was like, okay, I guess you feel guilty that he went psycho and killed your mom, even though it's also his mother. I don't like how sorry, this is another side thing. What is Sydney's mom? Like, is she supposed to be awful? Or is she just like have trauma? The way they were acting like, well, she obviously was assaulted, so that's why she was a whore or whatever. They were
Yeah.
trying to say. I was just like, I don't
Really
understand
tough.
what we're supposed to think about her. I don't
Yeah.
understand.
This is an elaborate backstory for someone that I think we've barely actually met on camera.
Right.
I don't think
I
at
don't
all.
know.
I mean, unless you
I
count
don't
like
know.
visions of her as a ghost demon.
Yeah. And
those
just-
are awesome. I love those parts.
Those are pretty
And they
sick.
function like
Mhm.
she functions like all the other parents in this story, which is they don't really exist because they're out partying and they're leaving the kids at home.
Right.
So she was a great mom in the sense that anyone can have a great mom in the Scream world, but it does seem crazy that then it's like we're looking into her past. There's 2 years that no one can account for. It's- And then she was like, just, yeah, the Hollywood parties thing is so weird. Today, that part might be has not aged great, but it's so
No.
weird. It's just such a weird take that they just, make her into this sad victim in Hollywood. And she changed her name and then she moves back and so she got pregnant and then like left the kid. And it's like, what is so much? It's so much. But that does also seem like kind of like a Scream thing of like, this is what happened. We're done. We're moving on.
Yeah.
What's like the Tom Cruise movie? Is it Requiem for a Dream? The one with like the masks and stuff. It's like
the weird one, the weird like
Yeah.
sex one.
Oh, Vanilla Sky?
Oh, is it Vanilla Sky?
No, I'm
There's
thinking of
one of those.
Where he's like wrapped up? I don't.
I know that there's one of them where it's like there's like masks. Maybe it's not Tom Cruise.
Yeah, where they're all
I haven't
hooking
seen
up and he's like walking around watching
Yeah.
everybody. Yeah,
and
I
it's
forget what
like
that
kind
movie's
of like
called.
a
Yeah.
like a cult or like an Illuminati thing, but it's also like a dark other side
Eyes
of
Wide Shut?
California.
Eyes
Yeah,
Wide
that's
Shut.
what I'm thinking
Yes, I was gonna say it's a great name.
of. Yeah, and like I guess it makes sense if you're gonna like bring this thing home. They've been flirting with Hollywood as a concept so much in the first two movies to then close out what they thought was the trilogy by bringing it to Hollywood. I guess that kind of like a weird sex orgy cult feels like this dark, seedy, rumored underbelly of Hollywood that seems like it's an easy ploy for what a dark backstory could be for a character.
Mhm.
But it's a little bit weird how some of this stuff is like, it seems like they kind of conflated real assault that happened with her with just some choices that maybe she had later on, like having an affair with Cotton
Yes.
Wary.
Yes.
And they made those equivalent despite the fact that, like, yeah, you know, cheating with Cotton Wary isn't great, but she's a human being and we don't
Right.
need
Have
to
you
be
seen
like,
him?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
I'm
we would all do
sorry.
it. We're all lining up for Cotton Weary. We're gonna be weary from how much we're going after Cotton. Gonna be Cotton exhausted when we're done with it.
Cotton exhausted. We're wringing the sweat out of that cotton. I don't know. Tim's was
100%
better.
soaked cotton.
100% soaked. Oh boy.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
We got 2 minutes left.
They do kind of graze it. I mean, it is kind of like an evolution of the meta stuff. Like the movie is so meta and they talk so much about the making of movies that it does make sense for the third one to be on the set of a movie. That is like where you go with this meta stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, since then, I feel like that stuff's been done so much, but at the time, I think it was like a good choice. And, you know, having her having the final battle in a recreation of her house that is like the commercialization of this real thing that happened to her. It's so meta and so juicy that it's just great. It makes so much sense for this franchise. It's a good capstone to the trilogy, I think.
Yeah, I want to go back and I want to watch these newer ones that came out and see how they compare to the first and the third.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy them.
Once again, I'm going to rewatch all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as I watch one, I'm like,
start.
oh yeah, there's like 5 more of these I can sink my teeth back into. This is good.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is I don't honestly think there's a fully bad Scream. I think there are some that are not as good as others, but as a franchise, I really think this is one of the stronger franchises that exist. Like the average across to all of them is so high.
Yes.
God, just such a fan.
Yeah. It's weird how this is like, I'm going to say this with no research whatsoever, one of the most successful movie franchises of all time. It's got to be up there. I mean, there's no horror movies like this. Like even The Conjuring is, I guess, the second closest thing, but it seems like the peaks of Scream are still higher than that. I mean, I don't know. It's crazy that Scream still has legs, and I think it still has legs. There's still stuff going on with it, and the new movies are good, and I think have gotten better in a lot of ways. So it's great. We're gonna do more, babe. I'm sure you'll be back again to cover another Scream movie. If you have another favorite while you're rewatching,
yes. Okay, I will. I appreciate you guys having me on and talking about Parker Posey. It makes me happy.
Oh my God,
incredible.
for sure. Thank you so much for being here. Please join us again. Also, if we do manage to talk Tim into doing one battle after another on the pod.
Time out. I'm like, okay, all right. So, I guess we can do this offline. I didn't know this needed to be like convincing Tim to do this. That's insane to me.
One battle after another. I should see it.
Are you kidding me? You're the people's choice. This is the most my favorite beloved PTA movie so far. It is perfect. I love it. And I was thinking that before, like I saw it like that Saturday. So like people were like, it's great, whatever. But I walked out of that theater and obviously I haven't been to the theater a lot these last 2 years.
Oh no. Oh, we got cut off by the Zoom link. But babe, thank you so much again for joining us. All of you out there, thank you so much for listening. We'll be back here again next week with It's What's Inside on Netflix. So stream that on Netflix if you haven't seen it yet. And it's really good. We just watched it today. It's great. And we'll see you then. Till then, stay nerdy, everybody. Bye.
Bye, babe. That was great while it lasted. And Kevin, I'm sure you're going to edit this last part together to make it seem nice. Stay nerdy, everybody. Bye. Fat Bears. Maybe we could do Fat Bears. What did I do the last one? What up, Fat Bears? Maybe we should have done that at the beginning. What up, Fat Bears? Anyway, Kevin, have fun with this. Babe, as always, great to be here with you. Excited to pod with you. Looking forward to your new favorite scary movie, or your new favorite. Looking forward to seeing you for Scream 13 or Scream 10 or 12. I don't know. Babe, anyway, thank you for being on the pod. You're fantastic as always. I guess I'll have to see one battle after another now. We'll have to do that pod. That's enough. One wreck is more than enough. Anyway, Kevin, hope you're doing good. I'll talk to you later, bud. Bye.